Well, Carlisle City were on the road again on Saturday. They travelled and were beaten again. They travelled to Easington Colliery and lost 4 goals to 1. Dan Kirkup, the manager, joins me. Dan, it was 4-0 in midweek, 4-1 yesterday. Are you suggesting that it might have been a shade better?
Yeah, slightly. It maybe was a bit flattering, but I'm not one to sugarcoat any defeat. A defeat is
No,
what it is.
no.
We give away some real poor goals. It wasn't like we were under the cosh all game or we had to defend waves and waves of attack. Nothing like that at all. But we went in 2-0 at half time down, and it was like, oh, this is quite an even game. But the problem is you've give two really soft goals away, and it's technically game over.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's our issue, 4 pretty much long straight balls just not dealt with, not headed away, not in the right position. What I pretty much call the basics of defending, we're not doing, and it's ultimately costing us. You go 2 down in this league, you generally don't get back into the game. So
Yeah.
yeah, very, very disappointing again, John.
What about the side? Was it similar to Tuesday? Similar to midweek?
We had a couple back. Birdsall was back. Josh Simpson was back. But I mean, they were they've been out injured, so you could tell as well.
Yeah.
I think we looked leggy. They looked fitter than us. So I think they ran all over us a little bit as well. First ball, second ball, we've got to be a lot better. Otherwise, we're in for a long old season if we don't improve very quickly.
You got a goal, but obviously far too little, too late.
Oh yeah, it was. A few minutes to go. The only thing that it meant was it was a young 16, 17-year-old got his first senior goal, so one he'll remember, but
Yeah, yeah.
nothing that I'm going to take home and remember at all.
Well, was there anything you could say? Oh, that was. I'll take that as a positive. Or was it all pretty negative?
Um, no, I don't really take many positives when you get a doing like that.
Mm.
No, not at all, not for me. Yeah, there might have been bits of play in the game, but you don't really remember that when you're in the dugout and you're watching your team go down by another 4 goals. That's 9 goals in a week.
Yeah,
After a really positive start, I must say, last Saturday when I thought, "Ooh, we're onto something here."
yeah.
But what I've seen the last 2 games is, I'm not going to lie, it's quite worrying, to be fair. And I've spoken to people at the club. We've got a big couple of weeks to try and sort this out, or I'm in no position to say that there could be change.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got to change pretty quickly.
And what have you got coming up, Dan?
We've got a real tough away game to Blythe Town on
All right,
Tuesday.
right.
Tin hat job going there, and then we need to get that one out the way, and that's when we need to get right into action. We've got an FA Cup game Saturday. We've got a home game the following Tuesday, an FA Vars game the following week. So we've got a big run off. I mean, I don't want to say Tuesday's a free hit because I don't like to use that word, but
No,
I
no.
know it's going to be a very difficult test going away to Blythe on a Tuesday night, who one of the favourites to win the league. But once we get through that one, we have a real big 2 or 3 weeks together as a group, and that, I think, that could be the telling of our season, the telling of maybe my future. I don't know, maybe a few players' futures. I don't know, but
Yeah,
like I say,
yeah.
it's a big few weeks coming up.
What about what about the team you played yesterday? How did they shape up compared to the two previous opponents you've had?
I've known Easington a long time. I know the manager. I mean, they're a team that just never change year on year. They're a team that don't change week on week. They have the same 11, 12, 13 players out.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
And it does. That's what I say. That's the type of team we should be modelling ourselves on. We like man for man, I back us to be better than them. But collectively, like I say, they play so many games together. They never change, and they've got a way of playing. They've got a routine. They've got ways of playing with each other, which we just can't get going. When you're making 4 or 5 changes a game,
Mm.
some of the commitment level I see at our club, and other clubs. But like I say, they're a club I really like the model of. Just, they're a team that no one really goes and cherry picks the players, because I don't think they're good enough to go and play, but they just play so well together.
Yeah,
Um,
right. And you've got a
so
midweek game Tuesday. What about that? That in itself presents selection problems usually. How are you looking for Tuesday?
there's big selection problems just on the way people are playing. Simple as that. There's not many people who have got their name on that team sheet. That's where I'm at the minute. I think we've got a few players back, but whether they go straight back at the team, I don't know, because they've let us down by not being there. But then on the other hand, they probably deserve to be in because the players that have been there ain't being good enough. So it's a difficult one to be in at the minute as a manager.
Yeah, Dan, you've got to stick with it, son. All the very best for Tuesday.
No bother. Appreciate it again, John. Thanks, mate.